What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And hey, if you're a guy that likes the legends of the NBA, you like those guys, the greats from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and you enjoy playing 2K and you like doing 2K builds, then this is the channel for you guys. So I would definitely say if those are things that you enjoy, I would definitely recommend subscribing because basically what I focus on here is legends of the game builds. And it's the old school guys, none of the new school stuff. So I'm not going to be doing things like Luca or LeBron or KD or anything. I'm going to focus on the legends of the game, the guys that I grew up watching, and then the guys that were around before I even started watching the game of basketball. And today, guys, I decided that I'm going to do the the build for the player that I think, to me, well, definitely, he's my favorite basketball player. And so I feel like this guy, Charles Barkley, is very underrated because the dude he was a monster, guys, especially in his early days in Philly. If you watched him, he was blocking Hakeem Olajuwon, guys. One of the greatest centers of all time, especially on the low ball block. And there's this little 6'4" guy that's chubby as hell that's just going up and blocking it, guys. That's something. And then he would get a rebound and he would go coast to coast with it and dunk on the other guy. So at 6'4" and anywhere from 250 to 300 pounds, depending on you know what year we're in. The dude was just unreal to see someone so small, in terms of height, but that had all this weight and was still able to get up like that. It was just unreal to me, guys. I could not. People talk about LeBron doing that today. Well, basically take 4 or 5 inches off of LeBron, and keep the weight where it is. Do you think LeBron's going to be as dominant? And I'm not saying Barkley was as good as LeBron. I'm just saying for a guy that size, guys, the fact that he was going in there and he was getting rebounds against guys that was 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, end up, guys. Because that was when, there was legitimate big men. We're talking guys like Robinson, Ewing, Olajuwon, Zoe, Malone, guys like that, guys that were huge. And when I say Malone, I mean Karl Malone. Of course, Moses Malone was there too, but for the most part, that was Barkley's teammate. So, um, but anyway, guys, let's go ahead and let's get into this. So, okay, there's a couple ways that you can do a Barkley build. In all honesty, if you want to do, if you wanted to do that, that Barkley in the later years, kind of with the Phoenix Suns, maybe, something like that. I would say go with maybe something like this pie chart because you get a little bit more of that mid range game. He can step out and shoot a three, kind of like he could in Phoenix and stuff. But listen, guys, I want the beast. I want that the beast in Philly. That guy that just dominated. And so this is the pie chart that I'm doing, guys. It's the mostly finishing, slightly less defensive, and then we've got the least amount for playmaking and shooting. Because while Barkley did have a decent mid-range game, guys, let's face it, you want that Barkley that's just going to be dunking on everybody. And to me, this is the way to get that. So let's go ahead. We'll go in now for the pie chart that I'm going to use, guys. This one is going to be the one that I use simply because to me, it's the perfect one for Barkley. It's well rounded. Barkley had some speed. He had a lot of strength, and his vertical was unreal. Again, like I said, dude was jumping out of the building. So we're going to go with that for sure. Now for this, guys, we're going to pretty much the the finishing is going to pretty much be maxed out, all except for post hook. I'm just going to put post hook on about 60 and just leave it at that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull that down. Just go till I get that 26th finishing badge, just to have it. Now here, guys, I'm just going to put it on free throw, and that's just for the the guys that if you make this build and you're going to be doing the my career, or you're going to be taking it, to the rec, whatever. This is just so you have that ability to knock down some free throws. Now with this right here, I'm not really going to touch this just yet. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the interior defense up. I'm going to put the perimeter up to, actually, you know what? I'm just going to take that up to 50 because he wasn't a great perimeter defender. So I want to go ahead and rebound. That's got to go up. That's got to be maxed out. And with the block, we're going to put the block up to 70 because, like I said, he was going up and he was getting, some blocks on guys that were much taller. And then we're going to put this, and this all the way up because he could handle the rock pretty good. And that leaves us with 17 guys. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to throw that on here, and we still got 2 left. For that other 2, we'll just kind of throw it on there. And if we look at what we have here for our badges, we're at 26 finishing, 1 shooting badge, 14 playmaking, and that 14 playmaking with the interior player, those are really going to come in handy. And then we got that 22 defensive and rebounding badges, so that's all really good too. So we're going to go with that. For Barkley, I would do Burley because he wasn't really toned. He was just a big guy. We're going to pull this down. Unfortunately, the lowest we can go is 6'7". We can't do 6'4", which is more like what Barkley's actual height was. But in any event, we're going to push this all the way up to around 256, guys. Because when Barkley was playing, his listed weight was I think between 252 and 256. So we're going to go with 256 because let's face it, it was Charles Barkley. He was probably on the higher end. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to max out the wingspan. Now, you could do this a couple ways, guys. If you just want to go straight up and just be that, that slashing 4 like, Barkley could certainly be, you could go with the slashing takeover. Or you could go with this one because he was known as the Round Mound of Rebound for a reason. The guy could, he could get boards like no other, especially at his size. I'm going to go with the glass cleaner simply because. And if we look here, guys, we got, it's a glass cleaning finisher with shades of Zion Williamson. Now, to me, that is that is a modern day Charles Barkley, a smaller guy. Well, I wouldn't really say smaller in today's NBA because in today's NBA, you don't really have huge guys necessarily. There are some big guys out there like Embiid and things like that, but for the most part, the NBA is becoming more positionless, I guess is the best way to put it. There are still some big men, but it's not quite the way that it was, 15, 20 years ago. So let's go ahead and let's go into this, and we'll look at the badges, guys. We'll go ahead and push this up. Now, real quick, we'll go ahead and we'll look at the physicals, just because this is going to be important. We know that you're going to get a +4 when you reach 99, and then you're going to get another +4, either through the Gatorade facility or Gym Rat, or whatever. So that's going to be a +8. So if we look at that, that means that our speed's going to be an 85. Our acceleration is going to be an 83. Both of those are really good, especially for a power forward player, And then if we look, our strength is going to be 92. And our vertical is going to be 95, guys. So looking at that, not only are you going to be relatively quick, especially for the 4, you're going to be as strong as anyone on the court, and you're going to be able to jump as well as anyone on the court. So early on, you may struggle getting rebounds with this build, but once you get some of those attributes up and those physicals up, you're going to be able to rebound with anyone. So let's go ahead. Let's go forward with these badges. First thing, guys, back down Punisher. We're going to put that on silver. And we're going to put Posterizer on Hall of Fame because it's a really good one. We're going to put this on Hall of Fame because you want to be able to, go up. And with this, we're going to put this on silver because you're going to want, being a smaller player, when you do go up, you want to go up quick. We're going to put this on silver. We're going to put this on bronze, and we'll put this on silver just to have it there, and then we're going to put fearless finisher on gold. So yeah, that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good badge layout for our Charles Barkley build, guys. For the finishing, I really do. If you wanted, I mean, if one thing you could do, you could take this down and put this on, and actually, that's probably the way I'm going to do it. Is I'm going to leave it like this because I think that's really good. So let's go ahead. Let's look at shooting. For shooting, guys, you've only got the one badge. Look, you're going to go slippery off ball. That's going to help you move better. That's going to help you get those offensive rebounds better. That's going to make you be able to slash to the basket better. So that's really just what you want to go with. So for this, you want to do break starter. I would do that. Just on bronze for now. Bullet passer on bronze. Post playmaker on bronze. Quick first step, we want that gold. Then let's see. We want downhill too because it's really good for getting out on the break and things. So we want that. And then if we look to see what else we have here, we're going to do unpluckable just on bronze. And you know what? With that, guys, I mean, I really think what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go ahead and put that up. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put that up, and we're going to leave it at that. To me, that's a really good, representation of a Charles Barkley build. I mean, if you wanted to take, some of these away, maybe take like post playmaker away and put it on hyperdrive. I mean, that certainly would work too, because anyone that's watched Barkley go coast to coast, he was able to handle the ball pretty good. He was quick with it. So you could do that. You don't really need this because you're not going to be doing a lot of dribbling moves or anything like that. So I think that's a pretty good layout for that. Now here's, with this, we know we're going to do box. We know we're going to do rebound chaser. We know we're going to do the worm. We're going to do pogo stick. We're going to do intimidator. So these are the main things that you're going to want with this. I mean, and you end up using, a total of 16 badges to get here. So we still have 6 left, guys. So if we look at what we have, brick wall would be a good one. Chase down artist, we just need that on bronze. And just looking at what else we have here, I would go ahead and put that up. And you know what I'm just going to go ahead and do? I'm just going to go ahead and max that out too. So basically, we're going to go gold, box, brick wall, intimidator, pogo stick, worm, rebound chaser, and rim protector, and then bronze chase down artists. And then there you have it, guys. I mean, to me, this is a really good Barkley build. Especially those earlier days. Now, like I said, you could go in, you could do some shooting and things, and you could do that Barkley. That was, at the later part of his career, in Phoenix and in Houston. But, this is the way that I wanted to go with it because that Barkley from earlier on in Philly and the earlier parts of his Phoenix days, I mean, that guy was just, he was unstoppable, guys. He was a beast. And that's just the way I wanted to go with it because that's the Barkley that I really enjoyed watching, and that's what made Charles Barkley my favorite player. So with that being said, guys, there you have it, a Charles Barkley build. The dude's not a role model, but but he's a beast. And hey, the cool thing about a Barkley build in 2K is, guess what? You get those 80s and 90s all-time teams. Guess who isn't on there? Charles Barkley, that all-time Sixers team, all-time Suns team, not on there. So here you go, guys. Go in and create Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, the Round Mound of Rebound, and have a little bit of fun with it, guys. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, guys, I would greatly appreciate a like. And like I said, if you enjoy those old school legends of the game from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and you play 2K and you make those builds and you would like to make guys similar to that, then this is the right channel for you. I would definitely recommend subscribing. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful night, evening, day, wherever you are. Have a good one.